Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Atlas. In this video, we're going to be talking about AMC. I'm going to be sharing some of the latest updates for that. If you guys are new to the channel, obviously you can tell by my name, Crypto Atlas. I also talk about cryptocurrencies, but I want you to be aware that I'm a big supporter of AMC and the movement that's going behind it. I own AMC shares, and so I do other videos on this as well. And if you guys want to subscribe, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up like button as well. It helps us out with the YouTube search algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. And feel free to share the video on social media if you think other people would find this video to be helpful as well. Please keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion, it's my own research, and I encourage you guys to do your own. So we're going to go ahead and start diving right on into this. As you guys can see here, when the day opened up, there was some crazy attacks that were going on, just some selling pressure that dropped this thing right on down. This green line you guys can see is part of the symmetrical triangle pattern, which was the support line going along this way right here, was breached, and a further decline was beginning to ensue, which was suggesting that off of that trend pattern we were more likely to see further downside. What ended up happening was, though, there was a lot of media that was pushing this idea about this research group, quote-unquote research group, that was shorting AMC stock, and a lot of just FUD going on with that, and people didn't really buy into it, and nobody was really panicking. I mean, you go and look at a lot of the comments that people were talking about, they're just like, oh, hey, look, 4th of July sale. Right? People were looking at this as a buying opportunity. So there's a huge amount of volume that took place in a short amount of time right here. Then we started to see a little bit of recovery, kind of some sideways consolidation. And then basically the end of the day is, like, literally right at the end of the day is where we saw everything start to push back up. So it did close down 4.17% below on the day, but it held above $50, which is a really strong key defensive point, especially leading into a holiday weekend like we are. So the United States market, the New York Stock Exchange, is not going to be open on Monday, but the other markets will be. So there will still be some activity for AMC being traded over in Europe and over in Asia, but just keep in mind that the United States is not going to be there, so the volume won't be quite as significant. So now we go ahead and hop on over here looking at this on the daily. As you guys can see on the daily here, that it had dropped all the way down below the 0.382 on the Fibonacci sequence. I'm using the yellow line now. I'm going to go ahead and keep this established here, and let's get this saved. So that is the new support line. So this actually could pull right back in when it comes back on July 6th and back into the symmetrical triangle pattern, because even though you have 1 day of closure outside of that pattern, that could be a fake out. It's typically you want 2 or 3 instances for a trend position, right? So this could be just a complete fake out. We could go very well right back in here, and then the next thing you know, that's when we end up taking off here and just going absolutely crazy, because we know that right around July 7th is when a lot of these margin calls are supposed to be taking place for failure to delivers if that doesn't actually ensue. So if that doesn't happen and this does fill in more throughout the space, then we're looking right around July 16th, just FYI. July 16th could be another decisive moment for a technical analysis position indicator, but please keep in mind, guys, that we're not working with a lot of the fundamental stuff right now, and because of that, don't put so much weighted value on this. And basically what I'm saying is don't get your hopes up if it doesn't actually happen. The probability is still higher that it's going to be taking into those taking those things into account, but yeah, if it just doesn't happen, don't get frustrated with this. This is a patience game. They have to pay. All we have to do is hold. Not financial advice. I'm on Twitter if you guys want to check me out at CryptoAtlasYT. And the AMC Ortex report shows over 4 million shares of new borrows today, a net increase of 0.5 million. Estimated short interest currently 8.35% of the free float. In addition to that, you guys can see the ETFs is, for as far as the shares available to borrow of the ETF shares, is 4.3 million, 350,000 shares available to borrow, 27,325 calls that were expiring for today inside the money. Over on the dark pool here, we could see the position. We got 342 million. This number continues to go down. It was over 600 million shares just this week. Earlier this week, right? So now it's below 400 million, so there's less activity that's starting to take place on the dark pool. I think they're starting to feel the pressure more and more, guys. In addition to that, so this research group, quote unquote, which is known as Iceberg, isn't really quite what a lot of people were trying to make it out to be in the media. So as highlighted here, however, Iceberg are not the independent research house they claim to be. Their actions and their timings have been calculated primarily to inflict damage rather than to facilitate the distribution of research. Right? Very interesting stuff that's going on here. In addition to that, Adam Aron, who is the CEO for AMC, had made a couple statements clearing some things up in the air over on Twitter's side. This caught a lot of people's attention because he did actually call out Citadel, which is absolutely intense. You got to be careful with these kinds of things because of potential legalities, obviously. And a lot of people are looking at Citadel thinking that they're doing the shady stuff behind everybody's back here. So he said, I have no direct knowledge, but I hear that Citadel may be playing games with CENH, possibly arbitraging its stocks and bonds, and is no friend to CENH. But as I said, I have no direct knowledge one way or another. So it's just speculation, but the fact that he name drops them, it's kind of one of those things. Like, I think a lot of people on the AMC side, the apes, were just kind of like this. We're like, yes, one of us, you know, something like that. Something else to take a look at here is that we actually had over the day, the number of buy orders exceeded the number of sell orders by double, more than double actually. So, well, actually, yeah, it's about double. So you guys can see right here, 17,500 number of buy orders for AMC. This is according to Fidelity. And then the number of sell orders was 8,857, which is kind of interesting when you think about it because the price went down some, but we had more buying than selling, but we continue to see that on a pretty regular basis with AMC. Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing shady. No, and yeah, it all makes sense. Anyways, moving on. AMC still on the threshold list. This is absolutely wonderful. They keep failing to deliver. That means no one is selling. They are screwed and they know it, so they will try to drive the price down to make people panic and sell, but no one is selling and they're still on the threshold list. Don't fall for their FUD. Hold and buy the dips. Keep them on the list. This is posted by Trader over on the subreddit for AMC stock. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there, guys. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. I do have referral links in the description, so if you want to earn some free cryptocurrencies or free stocks, I recommend you guys go check those out. It is free money for you, and I appreciate all of you guys being here, being a part of the community. I'm going to have a separate video up for crypto stuff today, and yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next episode.